15 games in, we've seen glimpses of greatness, flashes of potential, and yes, moments of doubt. Some are already silencing the critics, while others are making the doubters even louder. This 2024 rookie class, once labeled as having no real stars, is proving they might be more complicated than we thought. Who's living up to the hype? Who's falling short? It's time to grade every lottery pick and decide who's for real. Before we get into the video, comment below who you think will win Rookie of the Year, and as well be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy. But let's kick off with some honorable mentions before we start grading the lottery picks. The 76ers have been dealing with major injuries to start off with the season. Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey have all missed a good amount of time, so their pick in Jared McCain at pick 17 is graded an A+ rating. And now you may look at this as an overgrade, but considering where he was picked and what he is producing with his efficiency, you have to give some leeway. This season, McCain is averaging 16.5 points with 2.5 assists, shooting 38% from the 3. But when you look a bit deeper in the last 10 games, he's averaging an insane 23 points and 4 assists, which is all I needed to see from the 17th pick to receive a grade rating of an A+. Along with his recent success, he also fits with the 76ers team, and all his teammates praise him just at the young age of 20. Another honorable mention in this draft class has to be Dalton Knecht. The Lakers used their 17th pick on a 23-year-old and risked that he would be NBA ready at his older rookie age. And it's safe to say Dalton Knecht is looking like the real deal. I'm giving this pick an A rating, and let me explain why. This season, Dalton Knecht is averaging 11 points a game, shooting almost 52% from the 3, which is elite status. And he already almost scored 40 points in a single game. For the Lakers in their current position, Dalton Knecht was the perfect pick. He plays as their lethal spacer, and his age doesn't really affect the Lakers, as they're trying to compete for the chip right now. The reason he didn't get an A+ was due to him being old for a rookie. Now I know there are a bunch of studs remaining in this draft class outside the lottery, but we'd be here all day. So to quick fire some players out, here we go. Messi drafted to the Pelicans with the 21st pick gets a C- rating, averaging 8 and 8, filling the void of a real starting center. Next up, Ryan Dunn drafted to the Suns with the 28th pick gets a C+ rating. He had a great start to the season and showed potential as a 3-and-D player, but has recently dropped some stinkers, which is why his rating isn't higher. And finally, Jalen Wells, drafted to the Grizzlies with the 39th pick, gets a rating of an A. Averaging 12, 3, and 2 on good efficiency is all I need to see for a second rounder to receive the grade A. But now let's grade the 2024 NBA lottery class. With the first overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Hawks selected Zachary Richard, a 6'9" forward from France that not too many of us knew about. This season, he's averaging 11.5 points and close to 4 rebounds in about 25 minutes a game. And let me not mention his 3-point percentage at 26%. When looking at these basic stats, it does not scream number 1 pick. This selection results in a grade rating of a B-, and that's only to do with this draft class not having many well-performing players. In any other recent draft, Richard would receive closer to a D rating if he was selected at number 1. While he hasn't shown star potential just yet, I still believe he will be a serviceable player in the NBA for years to come, and just maybe crack being a borderline all-star depending on how he's developed in this Hawks team. Overall, with his good defense and high IQ and a young age, I still believe Zachary Richard has a lot of potential in the NBA. Next up, with the second overall pick, the Washington Wizards selected Alexander Sarr from France. This guy played in the Australian League and averaged 9.4 points on 51% from the field, getting 4 rebounds and 1.5 blocks a game. He drew comparisons to Evan Mobley when he was getting drafted, and I don't know about that. This season, Alexander Sarr is averaging 10.8 points and 6.3 rebounds, while also getting 1.9 blocks a game. When looking at those stats, they actually don't look too bad, but when you look at the field goal and the 3-point percentage is when it gets bad. This season, Alexander Sarr is shooting 38% from the field while shooting 25% from the 3. And when you think it can't get any worse, this guy shoots 65% from the free throw. And now I know he plays for the Washington Wizards, so he could chuck up shots, take anything he wants, but when I see that efficiency, this grade rating is going to be a C for Alexander Sarr with the second overall pick. And I know he has a promising future in the NBA considering his defense, but he's got to stop playing like Wembanyama shooting all those threes and play like a more inside big. Hit the gym a little bit and you should be good, Alexander Sarr. With the third overall pick, the Houston Rockets select the 6'2" white boy from Kentucky, Reed Sheppard. This guy coming into the NBA was one of the favorites to win Rookie of the Year. He averaged 12.5 points at Kentucky and shot 52% from 3. And let me tell you, this did not translate well in the NBA, well, at least for now. Reed Sheppard is only playing 12 minutes a game and only scoring 4 points. And now I know the Rockets are a pretty stacked team in all positions, but Reed Sheppard should really be playing more. And just for this, I'm giving this pick a rating of a D. And now I know people are going to be mad that I gave it a D, but so far in the season, it has to be that low. I know he has potential on the defensive end, and he could spray the ball, but he's just not given the opportunities right now. With the 4th overall pick, the San Antonio Spurs selected Stephon Castle, the 6'6" guard from Connecticut. And I'm going to keep this one short and sweet because I think Stephon Castle is going to be an all-star type player. This guy's a dog on defense, and in recent games, he's averaging 15 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds, shooting 36% from the 3. Him being selected by the Spurs is perfect. He gets mentored by Chris Paul. They have some injuries with Devin Vassell, so he's getting a bunch of minutes currently. And playing with Wemby is always a benefit. Him and Stephon Castle in the future are going to be terrifying, which is why I give this pick an A- rating. With the 5th pick in the NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons selected Ron Holland II, the 6'7" forward that played in the G League Ignite, averaging 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists with 2.5 steals. Looked like he was going to be one of the best players coming out of this draft. Ron Holland has perfect movement for his size and a smooth-looking jumper. This gives him potential to be an elite 3-and-D forward. But let's just say his pre-draft analysis isn't looking too good. He's only playing 16 minutes a game for the Pistons, averaging 6 points, getting 3 rebounds, and shooting 15% from the 3-point line. I still believe Ron Holland has potential to be a good player for this Pistons squad, but for right now, this rating deserves a C-. With the 6th overall pick, the Charlotte Hornets selected Tidjane Soulan from France, another French player. Standing at 6'9" with a 7'2" wingspan, this guy's potential to be a good defensive player and on the offensive end as he shot 35% from the 3. Coming into the league, he was compared to players like Otto Porter Jr., 3-and-D players once again. And once again, his pre-draft analysis isn't looking too good. In 18 minutes, he's only scoring 4.5 points, grabbing 3.8 rebounds, shooting 33% from the field, and 30% from the 3-point line. I give this draft rating a D+. Like, I know it might come back and bite me in the ass, but I don't think Charlotte will develop him the way he's supposed to. Next up, with the 7th overall pick, the Portland Trail Blazers selected Donovan Clingan, the 7'2" center from Connecticut. This guy coming out of the draft was looking like a tall rim protector big man. That's about it. So far in the league, he's averaging 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 2.2 blocks a game, and only 17 minutes a night. Also having a great efficiency, shooting 52% from the field, 33% from the 3, and 72% from the free throw. These stats don't stand out, but the blocks do for sure. In his last 10 games, he's averaging 8 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 2.8 blocks a game in 21 minutes a night. If I'm the Portland Trail Blazers, I'm really happy with this pick, and I'm giving this grade rating of an A. The Portland Trail Blazers have their future center and an insane shot blocker. Moving on, with the 8th pick in the NBA draft, Rob Dillingham was selected by the San Antonio Spurs, which he then got traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rob Dillingham is a 6'1" guard and was compared to players like Tyrese Maxey. So far this season, Rob Dillingham has only played in 11 games, only getting 8.4 minutes a game. And I remember back in the day before he got drafted, he was so shifty, but what happened to him now? And while you may think the rating is going to be low for Rob Dillingham, I might have to disagree. In recent games, when Rob Dillingham got 24 minutes, he dropped 12 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds, shooting 40% from the 3 against the Houston Rockets. And now I know he's only averaging 4 points a game in 11 minutes, but I give this rating a B-. And you may be thinking, what are these ratings? I still believe in Rob Dillingham. I still think he's going to be a good player. He's only 19 years old, so he's got a bunch of potential. With the 9th pick in the NBA draft, the Grizzlies selected Zach Edey, the 7'4" center from Purdue. Some people were saying he got selected way too high, while others disagreed. Zach Edey this season is proving the haters wrong. In 20 minutes, he's averaging 11 points, shooting 60% from the field and 60% from the 3-point line, also grabbing 7 rebounds, 1 block, and almost 1 steal a game. I think this pick deserves a grade rating of an A, not only because he can score with efficiency, rebound, and defend well, but also because he's 7'4" and the Grizzlies can always use him. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Utah Jazz selected Cody Williams, a 6'7" forward from Colorado. And for this rating, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. This season, he's only playing 18 minutes, shooting 16% from the three-point line, and averaging 3 points a game. I know it's early in the season, he's not playing him much, but Cody Williams deserves a grade rating of a D+. He still has potential to be an okay NBA player, but he's never going to match his brother's success. With the 11th pick in the draft, the Chicago Bulls selected Matas Buzelis from G League Ignite. Coming into the league, he's a 6'9" forward who looked pretty good. He averaged 14 points in the G League, 6.6 rebounds, and 2 assists, getting 2.1 blocks and 0.9 steals a game. This showed he could be a solid finisher around the rim, good rebounder, and a great defensive player. So far this season, he's only been given 11 minutes a game, averaging 4 points, 2 rebounds, 0.6 blocks a game, and 0.4 steals. And now you may be asking, why is this guy going so in depth about this player, looking at decimal steals and blocks? I still believe Matas Buzelis is going to be a great NBA player. He has a perfect skill set to score and defend. I give this pick a rating of a C+, as I believe he has the most potential of the recent picks I talked about. Moving on, we're going to be talking about the 12th pick, and OKC selected Nikola Topic, a fellow Serbian. This guy is a 6'6" guard, but he's currently injured with a knee injury. But this guy was projected to go top 5 in this draft, and with OKC selecting him at 12, I believe this is a B+ selection. In the EuroLeague, he averaged 16 points, 6 assists, and 3.5 rebounds. Once he comes back, OKC are going to be able to develop him like a Josh Giddey type player, but I believe he's going to be better than Giddey. Let's not forget, this guy's born in 2005. I'm born in 2004 and I'm sitting in my closet making a video about him. With the 13th pick, the Sacramento Kings selected Devin Carter. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about Devin Carter since he's been injured and hasn't played an NBA game, but I do know he's an insane two-way player. But I do know he's a 6'2" guard who averaged 20 points in college. With his good two-way ability, I believe he's gonna be a good pair with De'Aaron Fox in the future. So since I don't know much about it, I'll give this draft rating a C. With the last pick of the lottery, the Portland Trailblazers selected Bub Carrington. This guy was a 6'4" guard coming out of Pittsburgh. He was compared to players like Cade Cunningham, CJ McCollum, and Tyler Herro. He did end up getting traded to the Washington Wizards and is having a phenomenal season, averaging 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 4.5 assists in 28 minutes. He's also shooting 35% from the 3, 80% from the free throw line, and getting 1.2 steals a game. While the stats don't scream out for the 14 overall pick compared to some other players in the lottery, I give this grade rating a B+. This guy is showing sparks of greatness and has a bunch of potential as he's still young. But there you have it, those are my grade ratings for every 2024 NBA lottery pick. Comment down below where you guys think I went wrong, and let me know what you guys would change. And if you guys did make it to the end of the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more.